What's up, guys? I'm gonna try something out today. Okay, I've been traveling through the atlas here for the last little while, and I have been trying to take as little nodes as I can and powering up a bunch of towers to get some pretty crazy rarity and stuff onto some maps. Um, some of them are not that great, like 38%, whatever, with some quant on it, 38% breach, some breaches and all that. Some of them are 115% rarity. There's a lot of like higher amounts of rarity, and I'm just kind of curious to what kind of loot I'm gonna get. I have quite a bit of maps to run, like probably getting pretty close to 100 maps to run. I might not run them all. I'm gonna run them till I feel like take stopping, I guess. I got a few dump tabs made. I got a currency tab just to keep the currency in, just from the loot that I have in the videos. I just need some money, man. I need to do some more upgrades, so we need to build up the cash pile. I have all these maps set aside. They all have rarity rolls. And I'm gonna see if I can get some crazy drops. I've seen lots of rarity really has some really positive effects. To some people are getting like 4 or 5 divines a map. It's fucking insane. I don't have much rarity on the character. I'm getting 49% rarity just from my gear. Gear isn't the greatest. That's why I need some upgrades. But I wouldn't mind getting over 100% rarity eventually. As for like my Atlas passives, um, yeah, rarity and quantity, just quantity of waystones. I grabbed 25% more prefix and suffix effect whenever I open a map. 3% for each precursor tower affecting it. A lot of the places it's going to be like 15 to 21%, give or take, which will be nice. More rare monsters, even more rare monsters, more modifiers on the rare monsters. So I don't know how rippy this is gonna be, but we're gonna try it out. If I have to change things around, I'll change things around and I'll put it in the video. I've only done the breach boss twice. I could probably do it the third and fourth time. I just don't feel like buying it and doing it. I'm gonna try it out with this, and then use the splinters I get to finish this off, hopefully. But it's 75% increased quality of breach splinters, and then the chance at getting 10 breaches in your map, which, like, let's hope we hit it. I've heard people hit it a lot more often than 2% if they get lucky, so we'll see how lucky we get, but that might be really juicy for maps as long as I don't die. And then yeah, we just have additional shrine, increased rarity, and 25% chance to drop another waystone. Nothing else. I haven't done any of the other bosses yet. I've just started having a lot of time to play. So yeah, we'll see how this works out, and be back with some highlights, and then we'll go over the loot at the end, and hopefully made a lot of money. We'll see though. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Colby from the future, and there wasn't too many highlights, but I thought I'd put some clips in, just give you an idea of how it looked when I was running the breaches. Overall, the build feels pretty nice for breaches. It has a lot of area clear, and I think I died 2 or 3 times, and it was usually when I got surrounded by breach monsters, which was kind of annoying. I should have just pressed escape so that it would pause it a bit for me, but I just didn't think of it at the time, you know? We ended up getting 3 maps with 10 breaches on it. For being a 2% chance, I think I only ran about 30 to 40 maps, so that's pretty lucky. I full cleared 2, and then I actually died later on in this map after I cleared about the 4th breach or so. I also dropped a hammer, which you'll see here. It has +7 to melee skills and low fat flat fizz. I'm surprised someone bought it off me for 3 divines. I didn't think it'd be worth that much, but we'll get into the loot now. Hey guys, how's it going? And we're back after running all these maps. I was able to run most of the juice is in this area here. But basically where you see all this green is all the maps that I ended up running. Some maps over here, Mostly just around this area, a few down this way, and then around here for the most part. But yeah, the juice is pretty good. Some of the maps had like over 100% rarity and 30% quantity. Some of them only had like 40 to 60% rarity and lower quantity. So I wasn't expecting too much, but to be honest, I was expecting a little bit more divines. I dropped 3 raw and I sold a Warhammer for 3 divines. Most of this is just raw currency I picked up off the ground, but some of it's from like sales. I brought the tabs down to 5 while I was cleaning everything out. Sold a few at 10 exalts. I dropped 2 essences. I dropped one of the cold ones and one of the lightning larger essences. I think the lightning one sold for about 32 exalts, and the cold one sold for 6 exalts, so it wasn't too much. For the main parts of the loot that I got, lots of inscribed ultimatums and lots of the Barria. I'm probably gonna run these all and just see like what kind of loot you can get from it, especially with the boss at the end of the ultimatum. He drops a shield that goes like just the base shield. If it's rolled decently well, goes for about 2 to 4 divines. And then if you can corrupt it and get 3 sockets on it, and it has high rolls, it goes for like 20 divines. So I'm probably gonna try and run these and see what kind of loot you get from that. I got almost 4 breach stones. I was expecting honestly more. Some of the maps I ran, I didn't have breach stones or breaches on them. It was just like expedition or delirium. And as for delirium, half of my delirium maps were bricked. Like the reward bar wasn't going up, or like it just wouldn't work at all, or it would just go away on me. So that was kind of annoying. So this is probably like half of the delirium maps I ran, because only half worked. And yeah, only 41 splinters. I feel like they need to bring up the splinter drop rate, because some of the maps I would have like 300% rarity. I would get to six charges on the delirium for that map, and it would drop 4 splinters. And I'm just like, what the hell? How am I supposed to get 300 splinters to run a simulacrum? That's crazy. Even the breaches need to be able to drop more splinters, in my opinion. I should have like 3 or 4 more breach stones. 3 of the maps I ran had 10 breach hands in it. I died on one after clearing the 4th, I believe, but the other 2 I full cleared and basically got full breachstones out of it. However, I got 4 expedition logbooks. Hopefully I get a boss in there. I'll run all these after. 14 exotic coinage. I'm surprised it's not more, honestly, but I didn't do that much expedition, as you can probably tell from from the drops I got from it. I dropped actually 3 of these orbs. I sold 2, and when I was cleaning out my bank, I had another one there. They're going for about 32 to 35 exalts each right now. I dropped more gems, but these are the 2 that I have left. Just 2 18 spirit gems. 1 omen from a ritual, and it's not even worth anything. I save all my breach rings because eventually I am gonna try and roll them a little bit, because some of these breach rings can be really good with that quality on it and can be worth quite a bit of money. This one I bought for a divine, put the quality on it myself, and like that's a lot of mana regeneration, and good reses for my build. I mean, the life is useless, but you know, it was there, so it was a cheap ring. Quite a bit of catalyst. Most of these aren't worth much. I bet you selling all this, like I'm gonna just go and do the math for everything anyways, but yeah, just a few essences, nothing crazy. Let me go run all the numbers for all this stuff, and I'll figure out how much money I made. All right, and we are back, and as you can see right here, I figured out some prices for some things, and some of it was a little bit more shocking than I thought. But all these catalysts, basically worthless. Like in total, what I made like 15, 20 exalts from all the catalysts. If you're solo self-found, they're cool. That's awesome, you know, very useful. But in Trade League, I am basically on about to hide most of these from my item filter. I'm pretty sure that's the best way to go about it. The all the money that came from Breach was these Breach stones. In total, the 3.92. That's just like quick in my head math. I should have just used a calculator. But that's 11/12 of a Breach stone, so I'm pretty sure it's 0.0875 per 1/12. Anyways, it right around 283x for all these Breach stones. And then as for the logbooks, they're all going for 1 div each if they're over item level 79. These logbooks are gonna be about 4 div. These are basically worthless, as you can see. Like they equal up to like 3 exalts, 2.5 exalts, 4 exalts, and then so in total for expedition, I made about 4.1 div. And then for our simulacrum splinters and our delirium stuff, the splinters are going for about 1 each, which makes sense because they are a lot rarer. I might try to target farm simulacrum, but I might wait until they fix whatever glitch is happening with half of them failing on me right from the start. So I made 97 exalts from all the different distills and the splinters together, which isn't really that much. But I don't think I ran all that much delirium. I was kind of trying to avoid it unless it was a really juicy map. In total, for all the different league mechanics, I made 8.18 div, which isn't bad, I guess. I think that's pretty mediocre. You know, like that's pretty normal. I didn't get lucky, all that kind of crap. It's pretty normal. As for this currency here, sorry, let me pull this up. For the currency tab, not including divines and not including exalted orbs, I made 2.02 div worth of currency. I didn't count the augmentation, transmutation, just the stuff that would be like worth a bit of money. I even think I didn't count the armor scraps or the whetstones, and I think they still go for a little bit. But either way, it's about 2 div. And then, so if you take into account it's my Breach Delirium Expedition Ritual, 8.18 div. And then my currency tab with the divines and the exalts came up to about 11.5 div. So I did about 19.7 div. Now, it took me about, looking back at the recording time, it took me about 7 hours to run all these maps. Now, in those 7 hours, you know, like I had to be away from my computer for 10-15 minutes at a time every now and then. It wasn't super efficient, but it was like pretty casual. 7 hours, did about 2.8 div an hour. That's okay. I mean, if you're looking at POE 1 numbers, it's fucking nowhere near close. But I'll take 2.81 in POE 2. Even though I heard with like rarity and magic find in POE 2, it's starting to turn out a lot like POE 1 already without all the power creep. So hopefully GGG does something to fix that. But overall, 2.81 div. It was pretty fun to run the maps. Got a few shinks. Other than that, I'm just gonna go through, organize all this stuff. And then I'm probably going to go do some bosses to try and get these Atlas trees done. Because I don't like not having these done. It's just way more juice when you come to running the mechanics and the maps. So it'll be a lot nicer. Another thing to note, I am going to go out of all the waystone quantity percentage in this, I think. Just due to the fact that from running all those maps, like I end up actually taking anything under tier 13 out of my loot filter. But like that's all the tier 14s, that's the tier 15s, and that's the tier 13s. Like it's pretty easy to sustain maps, especially whenever you're doing a boss. Always running a tier 15 map or higher. You're guaranteed like 3 to 5 tier 15 waystones from the boss. So it's it makes it so easy to sustain. I don't think sustaining is an issue. I don't even think that you need these Atlas passes for the quantity in Waystones. I'm probably gonna spec out of those and try to get as much explicit modifiers on your Waystones or explicit modifiers like on your precursor tablets, because that is where the juice comes from. Or I'll go into Essence and try Essence out for a bit. But I heard Essence is shit. But anyways, yeah, thanks for watching. If you like the video, like and subscribe. I'm going to do some more loot videos. I'm also thinking about doing some gambling. Got 4.3 million gold right now, but it's going to keep going up. I have no reason to use it, but I'll definitely make a video on me just trying to gamble that gold. And yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. Take it easy.